does Barack Obama need to do specifically that other Democratic presidential candidates haven't done over the last 4 decades to win in Virginia?
Big turnout in the outer suburbs, which were, even as recently as 5 or 6 years ago, heavily Republican but are shifting back Democratic. And not get smoked in the rural parts of the state. I was very pleased that Senator Obama started the beginning of his national campaign in Bristol, Virginia. I think it's been overwritten, this sense that that region of the country won't give him a fair shot. I mean, heck, I remember going down and campaigning with Doug Wilder in Southwest Virginia, where he did well. If he can hold the kind of traditional Democratic performance across rural Virginia, an area that's actually still my strongest part of the state, I think you're going to see Virginia be a very competitive state.
You said at the party nominating convention that you will not allow yourself to be recruited. You are not interested. I want to give you the chance to reopen that door. Is this something that well, I do my best. Is this something that you have ruled out 100%, whether it's offered to you or not?
I've got 3 teenage daughters. They have been very clear that their hope is that I will not engage in national politics beyond the Senate race while they're still in high school.
Okay.
We spent a lot of time as a family talking about it. And I think the biggest value add that I can make right now, if I get hired to go to the Senate, is to see, hopefully with a President Obama, is to try to build that bipartisan coalition in the Senate that will allow us to make major policy changes.
You have run briefly or explored running for president before, got relatively good reviews for that before deciding against it. You say your daughters don't want any national office before they graduate, but they are teenagers and they will graduate,
one going to college
right?
This year and a couple right behind.
Is national office something that you are interested in down the line?
I would never rule it out, but
Okay.
I also think that politics is full of folks who are always planning their next office. Mm-hmm. I went into the governorship saying I'm going to try to do my best job I can. If that's all I do in politics, so be it. Matter of fact, when I took on the issue of trying to change our tax code, everybody thought
you probably figured that would be it.
Right. This would be this guy's buried. Mm-hmm. If I get hired to go to the Senate, I'm going to do the best job I can in the United States Senate. And that will probably mean making both sides mad on occasion. Mm-hmm. I think if there's too many folks who spend their whole career planning their next move. I think if you do the job you're hired to do and do it well, then possibilities may present themselves. But my goal right now is get hired to the Senate, try to shake things up a little bit. I can tell you this, I don't have, it would be hard for me to imagine that I would go to the Senate and spend 30, 35 years there. I just don't see that as my personality.
Let's talk about the Senate. This is a race, and you can disagree with me, but this is a race that many in the Democratic Party count as already sort of in the bag. Do you have a number one priority, a set of legislative interests that you have beyond, as you mentioned, sort of bipartisanship broadly, that you want to push when you get there?
The country needs a win. Mm-hmm. The country needs at least one of the issues: energy, health care, immigration. Right. We need one area where we say we've taken on this problem, we've reached some consensus, and we're on a path to fixing it. I mean, that at the macro level is probably the most essential thing for the next president and the Congress to work on. Get a win up on the board so the American people can again...
Is there a specific win that you think is most possible?
The win that I've gotten absolutely passionate about, because on a relative basis, it is one that there's actually a lot of guidance from around the world, is this energy question. Mm-hmm. I don't care whether your motivation is security, $4 a gallon of gasoline, job creation, or environment. Here ought to be a place where we can set some common ground, where we can, you're going to have some price on carbon, whether McCain or Obama is the next president. You got to push Detroit to higher fuel efficiency standards, and they've finally gotten the message. We've got to 10x our R&D in this area. We've got to go ahead and put a permanent R&D tax credit for energy research and try to take away some of the bias towards oil and gas that we've got in the current tax code. And I think at that point, then do what America does best: promote innovation in the market to come up with a solution. But this is an area where we can get that win, I think, in a relatively short-term basis. And if we do it right, we'll leave a lot of the pressure on Americans who are feeling the pinch at the pump.